Hi, I'm Christina Andrews with United Rentals, and joining me to help kick off Women in Construction Week is former NHRA funny car driver Courtney Rahal. Hi, Courtney. So nice to see you.
Hi, thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, and congratulations on baby Harlan, of course.
Thank you so much. It's been very busy, but it's been so much fun.
I love it. That's awesome.
Growing up quick already, I feel like.
It happens. Yep. For Women in Construction Week, we're celebrating amazing women doing amazing things just like yourself. And there are some big similarities in the construction and the racing industry, especially when it comes to embracing a more diverse workforce. So we're excited to kick off the week and hear your story. Thanks for joining us. We really want to highlight women in charge and happy to have you on board.
Yeah, no, it's good to be here. I'm excited that you guys invited me, obviously, with United Rentals, and just to be able to, kind of highlight women in male-dominated industries. I mean, I think things are definitely changing nowadays, and historically, like NHRA drag racing, it's always been mainly a male-dominated sport, kind of like the construction industry. And I think it's great to be able to see more and more females, wanting to get involved in industries like these and really dominating.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Racing runs in your family. Did you know you always wanted to drive?
I did. I grew up. I guess I was a little bit of a tomboy. I grew up watching my dad, obviously, race in the funny car category, and I fell in love with it. I was probably in kindergarten telling all of my friends that I was going to grow up and be a race car driver, just like my dad. And I think that's the one thing about being a kid and having a dream, and being a little girl, especially. You don't see it as, oh, it's a male dominated sport. Oh, it's an industry that I can't get involved in because I'm a girl. You're blind to that as a kid. And then, you get a little bit older and you start realizing, oh, there's not a lot of females in this. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe I can't do it. And for me, it was like, those thoughts always, of course, run through your mind. And then it was, that switch of, what, this is something I want to do. I'm passionate about, and I want to be involved in. And even if it is males that I'm racing against, mostly it didn't really matter to me. And luckily I had the support of, my family and sponsors that were there to kind of be by my side and support me. I went and trained in the gym, and my dad coached me on, how to, manhandle a funny car.
Yep.
And it was great. I mean, I feel like the competitors that I have had in funny car, I don't think they treated me any differently because I was a female, and I think that's amazing, and that's something that's always been so great about as an NHRA.
Absolutely. And you hit on it, but that was going to be my next question. The construction industry now is embracing more diversity, offering more options for women to succeed. And it feels like drag racing has embraced that as well. It seems like you found that to be true.
Definitely. In drag racing, NHRA drag racing, we've always kind of been known to be a very diverse sport, and very inclusive of females. And I think it's because, the diversity of our sport really is, I think, because of all the different categories we have. And like I said, my competitors never treated me any differently. But it's just, I don't know. I think NHRA really hit the nail on the head, and knew that this is a sport that kind of welcomes everybody. And I think having so many different types of categories like pro stock bike and, funny car and top fuel dragster and pro stock. I mean, there were so many different types of categories for all different ages as well. I mean, I have two little nephews that are 7 and 9, and they're racing, a junior dragster right now. And it's so cool to be able to see such a wide range of ages and gender, in our sport.
That's amazing. And I think that's what we're in our industry, in the construction industry, that's what we're trying to get to, embracing that diversity, all of these different categories. That's awesome to hear. I love it. And there are a ton of organizations. It sounds like maybe there are a few, or even just within the sport. In construction, there's a ton that offer kind of that. Here's kind of the intro almost to get younger females excited about being in the industry. Did you participate in anything like that when you were that young?
I don't think there was anything really specific for females. So I feel like United Rentals is kind of ahead of the game already with, having such inclusive programs for women in the construction industry. So for me, I took auto shop class in high school. I was, I think, the only female in the class, maybe one other. But actually, NHRA had a program where kids that come from auto shop class in high school, they bring the classroom out to the racetrack and let them kind of watch the teams tear apart the motor, rebuild it, and be involved in that setting. Another program that I was involved in was Spring College Drag Racing School, and that's kind of where I learned all about, driving these race cars and getting a license, and just, I think, just putting myself out there in just kind of I don't know, getting to know everyone in the industry was really probably the biggest thing. It's just, meeting everyone, and obviously I grew up around the sport, so I think that definitely helped in having my dad in the sport. But I don't know. It's always been a sport that is, like I said, has been inclusive, but there's never really been a specific, program that is for women. So I think it's really great that you guys have that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just happy to highlight them, and hopefully there will be even more in the future. That's awesome to hear. What would you tell your younger self now that you know all that you've accomplished and all that you've done?
Oh gosh. Well, set big goals for yourself. Set any dream, stick to it. I mean, that was the biggest thing. I mean, if there's always hurdles. I mean, I've lost a lot of races, and you kind of get yourself down and you're like, maybe I can't do this, maybe this isn't for me. But I think it just gives you the opportunity to learn from your mistakes and to just do better the next time.
No, that's perfect. You've since retired, but you're a woman in charge in a completely different way now. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Graham and Courtney Rahal Foundation?
Yeah. So when I met Graham, he was always involved with a foundation. I was, obviously, both of us had such busy schedules. I didn't really get to be as involved as I would have liked. So once I had, stepped away from racing, I was able to kind of put a little bit more involvement in the Graham and Courtney Rahal Foundation, which has been a lot of fun for me. Obviously, we work with trying to raise funds for United Rentals for Turns for Troops program, benefiting Soldier Strong, as well as Colorado State University's One Cure. And so it's been something that, Graham and I have really been passionate about. We hold a golf tournament annually here in Indianapolis. And I mean, it's a lot of fun for us. We get to have people out, raise money, and obviously with United Rentals for Turns for Troops and with Soldier Strong, trying to get these veterans, back on their feet, both, physically and mentally, obviously with the exoskeleton and with all this advanced technology, and just being able to be a part of that and raising funds to help with that. And obviously with Colorado State University's One Cure program, trying to find a cure for cancer for both animals and humans. I mean, it's amazing what, both of these organizations are doing, and something that, like I said, we are both very passionate about. I mean, it's just been a lot of fun to be a part of it and be more involved. We raised over $330,000 last year, which is amazing. And especially during COVID, I mean, it was tough, but there's just been so many great supporters of our Graham and Courtney Rahal Foundation Drivers Tournament. It's obviously right before the Indy 500, which is a lot of fun. And now we're actually starting another event, creating another event, I should say, called Vino for Vets, which is going to be benefiting, United Rentals, Turns for Troops with Soldier Strong. So we can't wait to kick that off in October at the end of this year.
Absolutely. And thank you both for your support and your involvement. We obviously really appreciate it. And we'll be sure to share more about both the tournament as it gets a little bit closer, and of course the new Vino for Vets. That sounds really exciting.
Yeah, we can't wait.
That's awesome. So we wanted to celebrate Women in Construction Week by sharing stories of females just like you that did amazing things in an industry. And so we wanted to put a call to action mainly to women in construction, but those women in charge. Take a photo, share it on Instagram, tag United Rentals. We want to see and we want to share those women in charge. So looking forward to seeing all those.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think what you guys are doing is amazing. Being able to work with United Rentals and to watch you guys highlight women in charge, and women that are really in male dominated industries, you know, like the construction industry. And I think it's really cool. So I'm excited. I want to see these images. I want all of the females out there to, you know, show us in your atmosphere out there kicking butt in the construction industry, showing what you do best, and tagging United Rentals. So I can't wait to see it.
I love it. Courtney, thank you so much for helping us kick off Women in Construction Week, sharing your story. It's awesome. Best of luck in this next chapter. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Glad to be a part of it.